Green. Hi guys, it's your big bald-headed sister, Action Jacqueline. I have not even changed the name on this, which is bad. Do that right now. Click and news recap. Okay. Hi, it's your big bald-headed sister, Action Jacqueline. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Bald Girl News Live. Hello, 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 everybody. Hello. Did I get that right? Okay, so we all good, right? All right, so I don't know if you see the image below, but I'm obsessing right now, way more than I'm used to obsessing. I've never really been obsessed with a person. I remember as a child when everybody, y'all know I'm a certain age, right? But I remember as a child when Michael Jackson was huge, right? Like I grew up in the 80s, early 80s, right? And I remember when the fans used to faint when they saw Michael and stuff like that. And I've always wanted to see what it felt like. But for some reason, it's taken this long for this to happen. And it's for an alopecia princess, guys. The person who I am in awe of right now is an alopecia princess out of Las Vegas, Nevada. I think she's originally from Texas. And she was the pageant queen. She started modeling when she was just 10 years old. And just last year at the age of, I want to say like 22, because I think she's 23 now, either 21 or 22, she was diagnosed with Alopecia Universalis. So she spent her entire childhood modeling, basically modeling that beautiful hair of hers. And then it was taken away from her. And it was pretty tragic because poor Mary lost contracts after losing her hair. I recently read about her for the first time in People magazine. The article was quite lengthy, but it was a good read. I actually read it on a live previously, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it again because I know that, since it was so long, it was probably like a 15 or 20-minute article, actually. Like it took me that long to articulate the whole thing for you guys. So I know I lost a lot of you, but here's the new thing. The new thing is that this week she will be in my town. So what's today's date? Oh, in fact, she's in my town. Oh, I missed it. I just missed it. She was in New York City. Mary Sickler was in New York City walking the New York Fashion Week runway on September 13th. And I missed it. I would have actually liked to see that because I am big rooting. I am big rooting for Mary Sickler. And y'all, again, just in case you're just joining me, Mary is an alopecia princess, just like me. I have no hair on my body whatsoever, and neither does Mary Sickler. So this diagnosis came about very recently. So I'm going to go ahead and read you guys a very truncated. First, I wrote a little something of my own that I'll read to you about Mary, and then I'll go ahead and read to you the TMZ article because that one is much shorter, and there's also some not live footage, but some footage of her speaking about her alopecia. So I'm going to go ahead and start what I wrote, okay? So alopecia took Mary's hair, her eyelashes, and even her modeling contracts, but it couldn't take her crown. Meet Mary Sickler. She's just 22 years old, but she's already lived more than most. I'm going to go ahead and pull up some photos so that you guys can see what she looks like outside of this one image that we have here, because there was quite a few in a People magazine. So the photos I'm about to show you are from People magazine. And then afterwards, we'll get into the article from TMZ, which is much shorter than the one in People. So if you guys are interested in learning about Mary Sickler, check out her article in People because that one is far more in depth. And if you have alopecia universalis or alopecia at all, you might be interested in this because I'm at the edge of my seat because I'm really, really excited to see what the world will look like if the next Miss America is crowned an alopecia princess. That would be That would be amazing. And it would be too bad that that didn't happen during Alopecia Awareness Month, because as you guys know, September is Alopecia Awareness Month. Maybe next year in September, that will be when the pageant is held. That would be interesting as well. But let me go ahead and go those pictures for you guys. All right, these are from People Magazine, these photos. She had a pretty good spread here, so that was one that I can share with you guys. All right, so as I was saying, she's just 22 years old, but she's already lived more than most. A small town girl from Nebraska who grew up with big pageant dreams. Mary was 10 when she started modeling, and by her teens, she was winning pageants and signing with agencies. Slated to walk in New York City Fashion Week. She modeled for Louis Vuitton and most recently completed a campaign for the NFL. So yeah, that New York Fashion Week, we missed that. I'm going to see if I can find the footage of that, and I'm going to play it for you guys. Mary's modeling career relocated her from Houston to Vegas, where she currently wears the title of Miss Nevada, USA 2025. This is her alopecia story, very shortened for TikTok's sake, okay? Then last year, everything changed. The hair she built her career around began falling out in clumps. First patches, then eyebrows, then lashes. The diagnosis, Alopecia Universalis. Contracts disappeared. Let me move this for you guys. Confidence crumbled. Hang on, let me get this off the screen as well so you can see these pictures better. Ah, there she is. Gorgeous woman. Okay, contracts disappeared. Confidence crumbled. She hid behind wigs and makeup because she didn't think the world was ready to see her truth. But one day at church, something clicked. Beauty isn't hair deep, she heard her pastor say. It's how you carry yourself. Mary decided to stop hiding and show up as she was. She went back into pageants, placed runner-up in Texas, then crossed state lines to Nevada. Let's see some more. She is. It's too small. And she won the crown. Today, she's heading to Miss USA as the first Nevada queen openly living with Alopecia Universalis. And she's back in fashion, walking New York Fashion Week and reclaiming her space in front of the camera. No disguises, just Mary. This is still Fashion Week, y'all. I might be able to make this tomorrow. I want to check. I've never been to New York City Fashion Week, which is crazy because I actually have a past in fashion. So terrible. Anyway, let me keep going. Mary Sickler proves this. You can lose every strand, but never your shine. And that's Bald Girl News. Okay, so that's the one I wrote. Let me go ahead to TMZ and read their article for you guys. It's a little bit more in depth than what I just wrote, but not as in depth as the one here in People Magazine, which I think I bored you guys with last time. Okay, so this was printed September 8th, 2025. Ooh, sorry, y'all. Miss Nevada, I was crowned rocking a wig, inspires with alopecia reveal. Miss Nevada USA 2025, Mary Sickler's got the crown locked in. And making it even more inspiring, she's revealing she has alopecia and competed in a wig. Mary tells TMZ that opening up about her alopecia on IG Monday was one of the most vulnerable yet liberating choices of her life, especially in an industry obsessed with defining perfect. In her words, it's those so-called flaws that truly make us extraordinary. Mary says holding the crown has given her serious courage, and with it, she wants women everywhere to know if she can hit that stage, they can too, because real worth and beauty aren't about physical standards. They're about courage, authenticity, and spirit. She tells us If even one person feels less alone or more empowered to own their truth after hearing her story, then she's done what she set out to do. Be a beacon of hope that reminds everyone they're already enough exactly as they are. There she is, crowned Miss Nevada, our fellow alopecia princess, scheduled to walk in the Miss USA pageant. Date to be determined. Mary was diagnosed with alopecia last December and kept it private, not wanting her win tied to her story, but to her merit. Now she's flipping the script, sash and all, using her platform to inspire others with her truth. Okay, so that's the end of the article, and there's also a little clip that you guys can watch. We can watch that together since I'm obsessed with Mary Sickler, y'all. I've never been obsessed with a person before. I'm really obsessed with her. She's only 22 years old, and I want y'all to see how well she articulates herself. Not to say that, 22-year-olds can't articulate herself, but she's got a little something special going on.
She said I had Alopecia Universalis, which meant that I was going to lose my hair everywhere. My motivation to keep competing in pageants is Miss Universe. I've been competing in pageants since I was just 10 years old. I knew I had the capabilities to compete. I knew I had the capabilities to work hard. But the biggest thing that I want to do is I want to represent this country, and I want to represent it as a beacon of hope. I can run with no hair. So can you. And I want every little girl and every woman to know that you are beautiful and you are worthy and you can be on that stage. We can come together and we can break the mold. We can break beauty standards because I just won Miss Nevada USA.
I'm hype about Mary Sickler, you guys. Is anybody else this as excited as I am? My gosh. Let me refresh this page. I'm sorry, y'all. All right, so that's our little story. Also, I wanted to rehash the story I read about the origin of the hair that we wear. As you guys can see, I'm currently wearing new hair. I'm not in my typical blonde wig. I've had to change wig colors because now I'm wearing human hair, which is something that I don't typically wear. I love my synthetic hair pieces by John Renault and by Tressalore. Those are my favorite brands currently. But after an experience I had on a 23-hour flight to Thailand, it occurred to me that synthetic hair is not always the right answer. So I went out and I bought myself a couple of human hair wigs. This is one of them. Since I got it, I cut it. You guys probably have already seen this journey if you follow me. As you can see, I've colored it because when I first got it, it was probably more like an Oreo color, blonde and brown. And I didn't like the brown on me. I think I don't look well in brown hair. So I lightened it up and I was only able to get it here to this red. And I don't want to damage it. So if I do decide to go lighter, bleach it again a second time, I'll do that probably in a week or two. So I give it a little break. But I think I might actually like this color. I'm going to turn a light on so you guys can see what it looks like. But my lighting here is so yellow. Nah, we're not doing that. My lighting here is so yellow that, yeah. Let's see if this works in together. Oops, that's just as bad. You guys can't see it, but yeah. And I don't have it laid down properly. So don't start with me, all right? Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I'm wearing human hair wigs lately. And I talked about this again in another live, but there was a whole lot of chit chat in between. So I have a feeling that it got kind of lost, this conversation. But I think this is an interesting and important conversation to have with fellow alopecia princesses or anybody who wears wigs, because I think it's really, really important that whatever we put on our bodies, we're aware of where it came from, what we put in our bodies and what we put on our bodies. There is something very sacred about hair. As an alopecia princess, I think you know that. If you never had to think about your hair before, then consider yourself lucky. But if you have, then you know how sacred hair is. And a lot of times, the way that the hair has been obtained, there's a big story behind it. So I recently read an article. Let me see if I can pull it up really fast. It was in the news just recently. Let me see if I could get it. I just read it. Yeah, comes with no. Let me go ahead and filter this. Make it recent by date. Oh my God, I wish I could have gotten it sooner for you guys. I don't want to miss out on that. You guys doing well, by the way. I went out shopping today, and like I said, I picked up a new wig. So I can't wait to show you guys the new wig. That's the wig that I plan to be swimming in when I go on vacation in a couple weeks. So I'm really excited about it, and I got a really good deal on it. So I'm really happy. Unfortunately, I am not able to get the color that I want, because if I start getting into those professionally colored hairs, that takes the price from literally the price gap between hair that was dyed not by a professional and hair that was dyed by a professional is in the hundreds of dollars, sometimes the thousands. So I'm really happy just to have this wig, even though, yes, I realize it's very red. I think I'm okay with that. But as I was saying, it was the Shido. Oh my God, that was the best article I had read on the topic in a long time. And I can't find it. Let me see if I can find it in my notes, y'all. If you guys are currently in the chat, I would love to hear from you. I am going live. This is a live segment. So because I'm live, I do expect some dialogue between you guys. Typically, I record to TikTok and YouTube at the same time, but today I'm just doing YouTube. TikTok users are a lot more vocal than YouTube viewers, and I do appreciate that. But I just didn't want to set up that whole. There's a setup that goes with it that it's really hard to do, and I just wanted to get through this airing before. Hang on. Ooh. So the last article that I read about it, that was in, let me go to my YouTube studios to see if I can pick it up. It was called the Shido Controversy. And this was just the Shido Controversy. All right, so I know I'm speaking about Shidos. But it seems to be that Judaism, they're probably next to women who have hair loss for medical reasons like we do. How do I stop this thing? Jewish women seem to be the most concerned with the origins of the hair that they wear, because they are wearing the hair for religious purposes. Why can't I find this? Oh my God, did they delete it? What is going on? That's crazy. Rabbi Mordecai Frankel. Let me write that down. Mordecai Frankel. That's the guy who wrote it. Or the rabbi. I shouldn't say guy. How rude of me. Yo, I think they really... Maybe it's not in the news anymore. Maybe it's just a regular... Oh, they updated it. Okay. All right, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this one here. Oh, the Star K. This is it. Ah, I found it. Oh, they changed it. Oh, they've been really on top of this. Let me see if I can show it to you guys. No, this is really long. This is way longer than the one I originally read in my last live. But I'll just try to summarize it for you. This is so hard. Oh my gosh, Tiggers, hello, Tiggers, how's it going? What's expensive? Jessica, hey, how's it going? Nice to hear from you guys. Thank you for joining. Everyone who's watching, please come on in. Join me in conversation. I feel chatty tonight. I'm here to answer questions, listen to music, have some fun. Yeah, I was talking about the origins of the hair that we have, and I found that one article to be so interesting. But as soon as they wrote it, it looks like they took it down. Wow, I'm surprised that they took it down so quickly. I think maybe they talked about things that were probably not allowed to be talked about. Is that interesting? All right, listen, because I'm really glad that I reported on this already. So if you guys want to hear about this, the date on that original was September 14th. That's when I uploaded that live. And it was called the Scheidel controversy, but it's gone now. It talked about where the hair came from and whether or not it's ethical. And a lot of times, in my opinion, it's not very ethical. So I'm going to read you what's written in the AI overview. The Scheidel controversy, specifically the Indian Scheidel controversy, refers to the Halachic law, Jewish law, concerned that the human hair used for these wigs may originate from Indian temples where hair is donated as a religious ritual, thereby possibly linking the wigs to idol worship. That's interesting, right? So I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head, but I remember them saying something like 30,000 people per day visit these temples in India to donate their hair as part of a ritual to sort of cleanse their spirit and rid themselves of their ego. And for that reason, in Judaism, that hair is sometimes considered cursed. I'm really surprised that they actually deleted that video, y'all. And I don't know what that means. But I say this all to say that the hair that we wear belonged to someone. And there was a lot of thought and prayers and hope that went in to shedding the hair that we are wearing. Sometimes it was given away willingly. Sometimes it was taken. I've read articles that talked about women having their hair snatched off their heads, with a knife or a scissor as they're walking down the street. Girls, schoolgirls with ponytails, having their ponytails cut off. That's how much we have to think about the hair that we wear. So when I wear hair, I try to be so careful with it. I don't waste it. I treat it well. I'm thankful for it. I have here a wig that I don't know. I bought it online and it came to me damaged, unfortunately. And I'm trying so many ways to revive this hair because I would hate to think that somebody gave this hair up as part of a religious ritual and then some manufacturer just burnt the crap out of it by bleaching it to death, and now I'm going to just shove it in my kitchen trash can. I just feel so bad about that. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. Definitely go check out that report that I did 4 days ago. It was dated September 20. I'm sorry, what is today's date? September 14th. Sorry. Yeah, that's it. So I wanted to go ahead and report on Mary Sickler. I'm going to go off camera and see if I can find out where I can see Mary Sickler because I want to see her walk the runway. I want to see this girl walk the runway. This is the girl who I want to be the next Miss America. I've never really cared about Miss America, to be honest. But now, like, it's in my purview, Harper. So let me go ahead and show you the wig that I picked up today. This is it. This is it. So I was thinking about spending like $1,300 on it. But then I remembered all the times I bought wigs and they started to go bald and all the things I plan on doing in this wig. Let me turn this light down now. And I thought, you know what? That might not be the best idea to spend $1,300 on a wig. Y'all know, money doesn't grow on trees. And I'm a stay-at-home wife now, so I don't have that much cash anyway. Oh my God, the light here is so bad. But yeah, this is the wig. I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like. Perhaps I will cut off the lace before I start. I'm going to do that. You know what? I'm going to style it. The hair is quite soft. It smells really good. I did not pay a whole lot of money for it. If you want the details on the wig, I will show you it in a photo. You guys want to hang out and chat? You're welcome to do so. I'll be here for a little bit more. But if you guys are going to stay quiet in the chat, I'm going to go ahead and log out. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut out. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. And I hope you learned something and that you're as inspired as I am by Mary Sickler, Miss Nevada, scheduled to walk in the Miss USA pageant. Thanks so much for watching. Talk to you again soon. Peace.